guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Shenanigan, and today we're going to go ahead and talk about the Act 6.4.4 Captain Marvel movie chapter. Uh, the parts in this chapter are a little more difficult than the previous chapters. The boss, however, is fairly easy. So we're going to go ahead and discuss the six parts first. I'm going to first discuss two parts where I only use the Domino Trinity and went through the paths completely without any other champion. The first path being this one with Limber, Personal Space and Oscillate, uh, because of the extra 1 second stun. The Limber wouldn't actually be an issue because of Domino, and the whole path was done only by her, including this boss who, together with Limber, has a biohazard. So Domino does have the ability of 50% chance to shrug off a bleed. Uh, and the bleed damage is not a lot either, but it did work in my favor. I was able to go into a couple of parry heavies. Got some bleed occasionally, which would be shrugged off. Uh, didn't actually, you know, have a lot of issues here doing this part with that Trinity. Uh, I believe anyone else can actually do this path as well. Probably someone who has Blue Strike, so that you can get past this Spider Gwen in the middle, and that's it. If you have the Dominant Trinity, this is the best path you can take them. It's still, it's not something you can go ahead and do without using a couple of revives, because this guy here is going to go ahead and be trouble for you, and some issues with her as well. But Domino is great. Uh, Maybe still Spidey can actually also work his here, because he can bypass the miss on Invisible Woman and Gilding 2099, and also evade here. He can't go. He can go bypass miss this as well, but can't really go ahead and bypass the auto block. So you can take anyone who has this slow mechanic and go through this one, two, three, four, five fights actually. Uh, the other three fights, not really gonna be bad if you have any other champ as well. Dominant Trinity works here extremely well. The second path I used her was this path here, Hurt Locker, Power Struggle, Footloose. The only reason why I did that was because of Footloose, because the Thor chapter I used her on Footloose path and it worked great. I think there was one issue here. Where is it? There it is. This Human Torch, of course, you can't do a parry heavy, so I had to just go ahead and do a normal damage with Domino, uh, and that's it. This Mordo, of course, you can't go ahead and parry heavy, so this one as well I have to do normal damage. Uh, and this mini boss, parry heavy only. Nothing else going on. Then we come to the other parts. Let's start from here. This part's right here. It has you get a shock on you, when you attack the defender, and you have to do a heavy attack uh, so that you can remove the charges of Do Not Go Gentle here. So every 5 hits in your combo, you get a charge, and if you have these charges, when the champion is knocked out, the defender rather, uh, instead you take damage. This is the node in 6.2.5, the Mordo chapter, on all the parts. So you need someone who can do like a parry heavy or intercept. Intercept removes two charges, heavy removes one charge, and intercepts do work here. The best path in this chapter, the best champion rather, for me was Havoc. Basically, I took Havoc because of this Electro. Havoc does have energy resistance, and all you got to do is to just do a parry and heavy, so that you build up the plasma charges on the opponent. Together with that, this shock coming on you, uh, Havoc actually, gets those plasma charges much faster because of this energy adaptation, and that really works. If you don't have Havoc, you will have to go ahead and endure the damage from this Electro. But then any champ, who can go ahead and absorb that shock will work. Captain Marvel movie will work. Enable willpower, of course, because the damage from the shock is really less. So you are going to go ahead and heal as well. Uh, Doom is actually definitely going to work as well. Uh, so these are champions who actually, gain from the shock. Maybe Human Torch will also help as well. Uh, the boss is going to be a little difficult because together with this uh, do not go gentle node, we also have EMP modification. For this, I only used Doom, but the other champs like Havoc and Human Torch and a Karma movie should also work here, but this is going to be difficult. You may not one-shot this many wars with other champions. The next path right above it is Energy Adapting Fire. Uh, this was also easy. The Icarus node is in 6.2. I think it's 6.2.2. I think. I'm not really sure. So all you gotta do is to ensure that you keep doing a heavy, so that you get rid of the fury charges coming on you. A couple of champions which are great on this path is Sunspot. I did use a Sunspot for a few fights. I only wanted to test him. Um, so you get infected with Incinerate on contact, right? However, the defender also regenerates 100% of the damage, 1% of the max health uh, when they have Incinerate on it. So if you have Despair Mastery, uh, the defender is not going to gain health when you have Sunspot. So you will keep getting the Incinerates back on you. You're not going to lose the soul charges, and you'll be able to do a lot of damage. Keep doing this parry, medium, heavy, and it'll work. Havoc works here as well because Havoc does not take Incinerate damage. All you got to do is do a parry heavy. Uh, Human Torch works great on the spots. Just keep getting those Incinerates and those smolders on you. And keep doing a heavy. Captain Marvel movie works wonders on the spot. You just gonna ensure that you have those 25 charges on you, and she is going to take the incinerate damage. Uh, she will build up those charges, and the Fury will help you reach SP2. You go ahead and do a damage. If you have Nick Fury with her, it works. I don't, and it still works. So you don't need a Nick Fury to go with her. Uh, if you have Mole Man, that might work as well, but uh, he has to be a high rank Mole Man because you are going to go ahead and go to the guarantees pits very, very soon. But once you are there, you're going to start taking damage from Nicholas. These are some of the champs you can use. It's probably the best, but uh, this rage node is nothing either. As long as you have one of those champs, it's not gonna be an issue. Then we have this path here. We have ice. As good as this energy eruption fire is here for Captain Marvel movie, it's not that great here because the other path has Icarus. This one has Distract. The Distract would actually mean that you have to ensure you do three debuffs on the opponent. So you need any champ that has the ability to do a lot of debuffs. Captain Marvel movie is one of them because of the armor weight she puts in. Havoc is another one, again because of the uh, plasma debuffs he puts on the opponent. Human Torch is another one. You don't use the pre-fight ability and you get a lot of debuffs on the opponent. Another great champ here is Analyst. You can go ahead and use Analyst here. He does a lot of stifles and armor breaks, so that increases debuffs on the opponent too. And of course, Analyst is immune to ice as well. Um, I'm not sure if there's anyone else who can do this. Uh, you are going to enable willpower. Maybe you can go ahead and use Dr. Voodoo uh, with his poison. He can probably do it. Uh, there's a Man Thing who can go ahead and probably do some damage here too. Just do an SP1, get some pimples on the opponent, and then do a heavy, convert them to armor breaks, and poison damage as well. Uh, there's a bubble shield on this boss as well, so better not be taking a lot of blocked hits. The analyst will also work with this Killmonger, and let's see what Yondu has. Special delivery, it's not that difficult. If you have one of these champs, this is definitely going to be a walk in the park. Um, Sunspot is not immune to ice, so he's not the best champ, but he will still be able to do a lot of damage because of all the incinerators that you have. And finally, we have Metador, uh, Typhoon, and Chaos Inversion. This was not a bad path either. Uh, it is a little difficult to, do a reverse control during the special attacks, but it's not going to be difficult if you maintain enough distance. So block those specials, trying not evading it, and if you have enough distance, you'll just go ahead and stand there, and the opponent is going to go ahead and do specials. Um, some of the specials are projectile based, so it could be a little issue. Don't evade them. Just block those specials. And finally, on this path, we have this Mephisto, who doesn't have a lot going on either. Once you do dexterity 10 times, he's going to get unblockable for 15 seconds, but till that time you get 10 Furies, which is going to help in damage as well. Void is going to work here. Um, so is Human Torch. Uh, maybe Colossus. You will be able to do a lot of damage. In fact, the whole path, the only thing problem here is this the Chaos Inversion, and that's it. And now we come to Kakumawa movie. This boss is going to be extremely easy as long as you take any Mystic champion. All you got to do is to do hit into a block, deal that energy damage that she's extremely you know takes extremely high damage from. Uh, First time I was doing this fight, I forgot about close encounters. Don't stay far from her for a long time. Gonna drain your health. Tumbling armor is not gonna be an issue. Heavy attacks are not interrupted, so just do a parry. Don't go in when she's doing a heavy. Uh, and then there's nothing else here. Nothing else at all. Just take a Mystic Champ and that's it. It's a very easy one shot as well, like most of the other bosses here in this chapter. This is a harder chapter than the others. It does have very specific champ requirements, but any one of those champs that we have is gonna work. Well, that's about it for 6.4.4. We'll be back with 6.4.5, and do share this with anyone who's trying to do this 6.4, and subscribe to the channel, like the video if you want to, and have an excellent day. Goodbye.